Good day to you all. This is Enlightened Maven. Welcome back. If you've watched any of my videos before, we are talking about Fox today, and the House passes a law prohibiting future oil and gas bans. I'm sure people are flipping out, and there's some kind of constitutional crisis as always. But yeah, let's get into it. Give me 1 second here. We'll take a look. Would help if I didn't push the wrong buttons. Don't forget I do this all on my own. All right, here we go.
For the Big Four, our picks for the biggest stories that we think you guys should be following over the course of the week, and I will go first with this story. Republican donors reportedly warming up to the idea of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' wife, Casey DeSantis, running for her husband's position in 2026. So Ron DeSantis, the sitting governor, will be term limited, very popular Republican down there, of course, won a huge re-election in 2022. But who would come next? I know there's a number of people rumored to have their eye on the prize, apparently including maybe the current first lady of the state of Florida, former news anchor, very good communicator, very sharp, right? Cancer survivor, young mother. There's a lot of appeal there, and we'll see what happens if she even wants it. But those rumors have been percolating here for a little while.
I guess it depends on what their White House plans are, maybe.
There's also that. They've got to wait a while. They got to wait a while either way. Joey?
All right, listen, this one's important to me. As you know, I'm a Second Amendment absolutist. I believe that your ability to protect yourself, your right to protect yourself is uncompromised. So President Trump, he's going to keep a campaign promise on this topic. He just signed a new executive order to protect and expand Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens. What this executive order does is it directs the Attorney General to look at all the policies from past administrations, specifically the Biden administration, and say any of them that unnecessarily or, in his opinion, unlawfully restricted Americans' right to possess a firearm, that they get struck down, they get removed. This is great. In the nuance, the ATF, the NFA items have been a lot faster in recent weeks. There's a lot of things already heading in the right direction, and it may be nuanced to some people, but it's a part of my life, and I'm glad it's happening.
Well, I have something that I need to discuss that might.
So there's 4 anchors up here, and they each have a different story topic they have to talk about. Not quite sure why they put a full 3 minutes and 48 seconds in here with the title of, House passes law prohibiting future oil and gas bans, and then also the other stuff. But let's go ahead and just do a couple videos here. So that guy was, and I'm going to say that guy because I can't pronounce names, and me and names and people just don't get along. So we're just going to, yeah. Okay, so we're talking about protecting the Second Amendment rights and executive order. I don't know that it's going to be up there yet. Let's take a look. WhiteHouse.gov, where we go for executive orders. Let's see. February 10th, that was yesterday. Today's the 11th. February of 2025. Adjusting steel imports, pausing foreign corrupt practices, act enforcement to further American economic and national security, eliminating Federal Executive Institute, ending procurement and forced use of paper straws, which is silly we even have to do that. Who cares? Gulf of America Day, addressing egregious actions in Republic of South America. Nope, we don't have that up there yet. I wonder if we have it in a press briefing. Let's see. Nope. Fact sheets. Just the one from today, it looks like. Here's the Second Amendment. Okay, so this is a breakdown, it looks like. That was on the 7th. Why are they waiting until today to talk about it? Okay, presidential actions. Let's go to the 7th. There it is. Protecting Second Amendment rights. By the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered. 1. The purpose. The Second Amendment is an indispensable safeguard of our security and liberty, which I read those yesterday, but let's go back to the constitutional org. All right. Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, they say that this is up for wiggle room and up for debate and things like that. Um, this is a right of the American people. It's in the Constitution, it's the Second Amendment. We have the right to keep and bear arms, and it shall not be infringed upon. It says it right here. I don't know, and really, my opinion is don't care if our forefathers 200 years ago didn't know that we were going to have the advanced technology, which I find hard to believe considering they went from, swords and shields in England to having gunpowder and things of that nature. Like, I feel like we as humans know that we're going to evolve at some point and are going to grow. And maybe they left it that way on purpose. But none of us were there. Okay? None of us know. Okay, back to this. It has preserved the right of American people to protect ourselves, our families, and our freedom since the founding of our great nation. Because it is foundational to maintaining all other rights held by Americans, the right to keep and bear arms must not be infringed, which is what we just read. Section 2, Plan of Action. Within 30 days of the date of this order, the Attorney General shall examine all orders, regulations, guidance, plans, international agreements, and other actions of executive departments and agencies to assess any ongoing infringements on the Second Amendment right of our citizens and present a proposed plan of action to the President through domestic policy advisor and protect the Second Amendment rights of all Americans. Now they're going to go through the executive departments. Y'all go back and watch my video from yesterday, February 10th. We discussed the executive branch, the judicial branch, and the legislative branch. We discussed those and what departments fall underneath those. So the executive departments and agencies is what they're going to be looking at. Okay? As well as orders, regulations, guidance, plans, international agreements. In developing such plan of action, the Attorney General shall review it at a minimum. 1. All presidential and agency actions from January 21 through January 25 that purport to promote safety but may have impinged upon the Second Amendment rights of law abiding citizens. You can't take away from all, you can't fringe upon somebody who is a law abiding citizen just because there's somebody bad out there. Okay. Number 2, rules promulgated by the Department of Justice, including by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives from January 21 through January 25, pertaining to firearms and or federal firearm licenses. 3, agencies' plans, orders, actions regarding the so-called enhanced regulatory enforcement policy pertaining to firearms and or federal firearm licenses. 4, reports and related documents issued by the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention. 5, the positions taken by the United States in any and all ongoing and potential litigation that affects or could affect the ability of Americans to exercise their Second Amendment rights. 6, agencies' classifications of firearms and ammunition. 7, the processing of applications to make, manufacture, transfer, or export firearms. 3, implementation. Upon submission of the proposed plan of action described in Section 2 of this order, the Attorney General shall work with the domestic policy advisor to finalize the plan of action and establish a process for implementation. 4, general provisions. These are just the normal things that they put at the end of basically everything. Cannot be construed to impair otherwise. Authority granted by blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I would have to go back through and look and see what orders there were, but I don't even think that we can go back that far. because this is new presidential actions. So I don't, I'll have to look into that and find out where they sent and where they house all of the previous. You know what? We'll do it right now. Let's see. Previous administration executive orders. Let's see where we can find that. Ooh. Federalregister.gov. Executive orders signed since 1937 are available in a single bulk download and as a bulk download by president, or you can browse by president and year from the list below. Oh. Okay, so they're going to check out, oh geez, there were 77 executive orders in 21, 29 and 22, 24 and 23, 19 and 25. I don't think it'll take very long for them to go through those orders, like, at all. Oh wow, yeah, we can go back. Look there. A whole lot of executive orders. All the way back to Roosevelt. That's pretty cool. All right, so I think that's it for this video. I'm going to post another one here in a few minutes, finishing out this, and we'll look into the House prohibiting future oil and gas bans. Yeah, come back in a few minutes. Or just flip to the next video, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to post another video here shortly, so there'll be 2 from February 11th. I was going to start the live today, but that will be hopefully tomorrow. I had a migraine most of the day. Any advice for those, that would be fantastic. But yeah, so be back in a bit. Peace out, y'all. And y'all have a blessed day.